Good morning, guys, and welcome to another day, another week of Market Check with Because Bitcoin. A reminder that there is no second best daily YouTube live stream to be able to talk about these markets. Welcome back, guys. I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. It's another week, another Bitcoin all-time high on a Monday. I think this is like the third or fourth week in a row that that Bitcoin has made new highs within its trend on a Monday. So nothing new coming out of the weekend here. They've been kind of doing this trap over and over again where they bait people into shorting on a weekend and then they just squeeze them on Monday and Tuesday. And that's where we are right now, guys, sitting at 72K. Very exciting stuff for Bitcoin. But before we start cooking, before we start sharing that big juicy alpha, first some introductions. Of course, I'm Snorlax. You guys also know me as Tommy. I'm joined by Max, Jackus, and Tucker. Yeah, guys. But yeah, like I said, before we start cooking, before we start sharing that big juicy alpha, we always appreciate when you guys can smash that like button. And as you can see, I mean, we've been posting about the YouTube on our Twitter because it's in no small part due to your support being here every day. You know, we gained 1,000 subscribers last week. So YouTube is going absolutely parabolic. I think we probably gained even more than that, quite frankly. But it's just incredible to be able to see how much you guys are enjoying the show. Of course, how much the show is growing. So if you guys could smash the like button, since it is a Monday and since Bitcoin's at an all-time high, it would mean a lot to us as always. But yeah, like I said, guys, Bitcoin, it's trading at all-time highs. It ran the same trap over the weekend that it's kind of run over the last few weeks where it, like I said, it baits people into shorting the weekend dump, squeezes them all. And now here we are again, right? And the last two times that we've tried to trade above all-time highs, as we saw, Bitcoin nuked pretty harshly right off the highs. But distinct change in behavior today. We are just chilling at 72K without any any rejections yet, right? Let's hope that we can start trending, start expanding. And I'm sure that's something that we'll talk about on this show as well as you know, that eventual relationship with altcoins. I know we talk all the time about, you know, when is that rotation going to occur and into what? But I think it's really more important about, or really more important to just kind of be positioned in a handful of these markets so that when Bitcoin does move, you know, you're not caught with your pants down. Because Bitcoin does not really operate on anybody else's schedule but its own. As we can see, it has not given anybody a dip since effectively what, like, I mean, you know, we had the 10K pullback, but really it's been pretty much a pretty straight shot, in my opinion, from like 43K all the way up to 72. So a very aggressive trending move from Bitcoin. I imagine it'll eventually bleed over into altcoins. It's just a matter of when, right? Otherwise, over in the stock market, guys, for once, we have a red Monday on SPOOs. I think that's pretty much correlated to the sell-off that we had in Nvidia last week. I know it's green today, but that is a stock that I'm watching very, very closely today, or not just today, guys, but really over the next 2 or 3 weeks. Given how, and I talk about this all the time, like parabolas only have two ways to go, right? They can either continue to go straight up or they can begin to kind of pitter out and maybe lose a bit of momentum. And let's be clear, Nvidia is clearly in the parabola stage of its rally. So it's either going to continue going straight up, or this is probably a place where we have to pay attention just because of how important Nvidia has played, you know, in its role within risk assets and the indices obviously pumping. But that's something that I'm watching in equities this week, guys. Otherwise, you know, I think Bitcoin looks phenomenal, guys. It looks like we might trade 75, 80K this week, which would be awesome. We're seeing acceptance, like I said, above the previous highs. And yeah, I mean, look, there's no resistance above us. So let's see what we get this week. What are we seeing in the markets, guys?
Hey, man, just real quick. If you look at this chart, Bitcoin's right there, in my opinion. Maybe even right here.
Yeah.
Honestly. If we're gonna run that Nvidia Fractal. Yeah. What'd you say?
It honestly could be there. And we were discussing that the past couple of shows that people should be ready for this scenario. And I think Facebook is another good example of that.
Yes, I agree with that. I was actually comparing it to Meta a few weeks ago, I think.
I think the real distinct and I guess obvious character character traits or similarities from a fundamental side that I see more so between Nvidia and Bitcoin rather than like Meta. That the reason Nvidia's chart is going straight up in a straight line is because there is literally not enough chips. Like they literally cannot fulfill. They cannot fulfill the demand. They cannot meet the demand for chips.
Yeah.
Major short. And we are seeing that same effect right now with Bitcoin, as again, we are talking about a finite supply of Bitcoin with a new on-ramp being all of these ETFs. And that meme of there's only 21 million is not a meme anymore. So I don't see that same supply. It's not like they can't sell enough they can't meet the demand for MetaQuest Pros, you know, or they can't meet the demand for Instagram. You know, Meta's chart looks insane, but it doesn't share the same supply and demand imbalances that Nvidia and, in my opinion, Bitcoin do. So that's why I think that the Nvidia Bitcoin comparison is much better than Meta.
Absolutely, Max. And what I think is that like these charts, exactly as you pointed out, that some of the charts are more reliable to one another, and Nvidia is definitely very reliable to BTC. I think what all of those shows us, whether it's Nvidia or Facebook, is basically the direction the market wants to take and the gaps it wants to do above new all-time highs, basically. And people looking for the pullback might be missing out. But I do agree with you that if we really want to look at better correlations, then for sure Nvidia Bitcoin makes way more better pair than the Facebook one. There is also some pretty interesting stats about Nvidia right now. Because people keep screaming bubble since the past year. But the thing is that, by the way, guys, Nvidia now has larger market share than AT&T, Boeing, Coca-Cola, Disney, FedEx, General Motors, IBM, McDonald's, Nike, Starbucks, UPS, and Walmart all together. I'm not kidding. The market share is bigger than all of those. But the thing is that, as you pointed out, Max, that there is just way too much demand. And in that scenario, it really doesn't matter how the sentiment is. This is what I keep on saying about BTC, that people keep screaming like, yeah, but look at the sentiment on X, but at the, when the demand is just overshadowing the supply by insane margin, then it doesn't matter, because the market will just be adjusting to the fair market value. And that's what's happening with Nvidia, because they have 75% margins on their sales, right? And they have 75% market share on the on their respective markets. So they're basically like a dominant player with no current competitor at the market, which is why the stock is getting repriced so quickly. And by the way, with all of these we just mentioned, they are still not having such a bad PE ratio, compared to all the others in the top 10. So yeah, I mean I expect the stock to kind of stop and go sideways for some time, as it's kind of hitting the, it will probably trade into the 4 digits now. And I do expect it to form some type of reaccumulation at the 4-digit area. But, it's looking good.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the way this story ends with Nvidia is that it will only go down when things slow down, obviously, but people will have to stop calling it top. We're gonna have to break through 1,000. I honestly feel like we'll go to like 1,500, and then we'll have like a split, and then that'll mark a high time frame top or something like that. But I just don't really see why it would stop, and that's sort of the Achilles heel of most investors or people that are newer to the investing space, is they see something like Nvidia or even a Bitcoin going crazy, and then they pull up RSI on like the weekly and they're like, look how like overbought RSI is. The terms overbought and oversold are very, very misunderstood terms. Okay. When weekly RSI is above 80 is when the craziness can happen. Okay. So to say something is overbought because a simple RSI reading is, relatively overextended is not something you want to fade. You want to fade the first like bearish divergence on a weekly time frame. You don't want to just short something or be bearish something because we're in a mania phase. Like that is so dangerous. That is so dangerous, guys. So dangerous. I hate the terms overbought and oversold because they're so misleading just as like naked terms. You have to provide additional context or confluence to them. Nvidia is not overbought in an area that's dangerous. If we start to distribute and we start to see bearish divergences print on momentum indicators like RSI or MACD or TTM or some of these other like momentum oscillators, then we can get bearish. But do not fade, an overbought momentum indicator on a weekly time frame while price is in a parabola. Do not step in front of a freight train. You'll get smoked. You'll get absolutely smoked.
As you said, Max, just looking at them naked means nothing. And that's once again goes to the fact that if there is just insane demand for the Nvidia chips, then overbought doesn't matter. Oversold would matter in that scenario because you have a fundamental catalyst driver. And in case you would get a oversold in those types of conditions, that's the time when you want to absolutely shove in, right? But so as you said, it's not the naked thing. It's not that when you just look at the overbought or oversold on its own, it means nothing. It needs to be applied towards something else, and then it does matter. But people want to be.
Jackus, look at this yearly open that the Nvidia Fractal would put in for 2025, man. I mean,
let's go.
Good Lord.
I mean,
oh my.
We are like, oh my, but I see this as a fair, market way to do this. Like, I still say that anything sub 150K for BTC is just undervalued at this point, given the market circumstances. I really do believe that, and I'm not saying that we do not have, minus 20% pullbacks along the way, but the market will be repricing higher.
Do you guys understand how high altcoins would go if Bitcoin ranged between 90 and 80K for the second half of this year? Do you understand how high altcoins would go if we did that?
That's a dream scenario for
scenario, bro. Like if Bitcoin can just establish value and refuse to dip back under the previous all-time high. Oh my gosh, man. Dream scenario. Pump my alts. You know what I mean? Total 2, total 3. Melting upwards if that happens. That would be absolutely incredible.
And I do think that would be just the first leg, Max.
I do think. Expand on that for me.
Wait,
that's the first leg
for alts.
Okay, for alts. So if Bitcoin were to go into the same range as with this Nvidia Fractal, so I think that alts would absolutely melt up in that scenario. But it would only be the first leg, because then Bitcoin would go onto another tier higher. Then alts would start to bleed against BTC once again. They would probably stop on the USD pair and kind of range. And then when BTC would go into another type of, and then it would probably be a distribution at some point for BTC, like 170K something. And then alts would go on the second hard time from leg. So I think when I said first leg, in that reaccumulation, that's what I meant. First leg for alts before another leg, maybe at the end of the year, next year, something.
And what's crazy to me right now is people they look at this total 3 chart that Tucker has up on the left, and they go, oh, like, we're reaching levels that are like overbought, and oh no, like, oh, we're gonna reject here soon. I'm like, bro, I can't even entertain a top until we're in price discovery. Like, I'm not gonna do it. I would entertain Bitcoin maybe putting in a local top, something like this Fractal that Tucker has, where maybe we pause at 90 for like 3 months, reaccumulate, then start to move back up or something. But mean, dude, total 2 and total 3, like I'm fully expecting total 3 to go to like 2 or 3 trillion at least. You know, we're not even close, guys. We're not even close. Not even close, in my opinion.
No, you're literally in the parabola, and everybody, like, you know how many people probably called for a top like here and here and here. You know
And
what I'm
just
saying?
to
I do
clarify, I think
remember.
you are
I
in
do
you're in the
remember.
first part of the parabola.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
you're
probably
just
more
starting.
like here. Yeah.
Tucker, I do remember from past cycle.
Yeah. No, I do too. In 2021, like, no one could even fathom that, you know, especially once this was breached, right? Like, so yeah, technically all these arrows should be like down here, like everyone calling for a top, like
Yeah,
here and
ETH
here.
breaking down, ETH Bitcoin breaking down below 0.03, the death of ETH party.
yeah, you remember that shit. You guys, people forget the mania that happened last cycle. Like, bro, people were buying $4 million pictures of rocks.
Mhm.
You know, we haven't seen that yet. You know,
No.
when somebody wants to buy my Campai Infinity Panda for like 300 ETH, that's probably the top. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll be happy to sell it to them at 300 ETH. You know, I would be happy to sell them my NFT for 300 ETH when ETH is like, you know, $20,000. So I'm just saying we haven't seen that yet. You know, we're seeing like little hints of like mania, but it's mania relative to the previous bear market that we just exited. You know, it feels like mania because we dealt with so much garbage for 2 years. So everyone's like, oh, wow, like I'm making money again and things are moving upwards. They've been conditioned. You know,
They have.
you're not spoiled yet. I promise you, you're not spoiled yet. I'll let you know when you're spoiled. You're not spoiled yet.
Yeah. I still am working on this ETH BTC thesis. It's been working, honestly. It's been playing out pretty nicely.
That would line up with your Bitcoin Nvidia fractal, right? So ranging little
No, it
pockets
really
of
would.
outperformance.
Yeah.
Can you
Like,
put the Nvidia fractal next to that, man? Because
yeah.
that's perfect.
I mean, so this, we'd really see a pop in April, which would be like, where's April? Right in here. Yeah. I mean, either way, if you're in here, like ETH should just grind upwards, and then it shouldn't really pop until, what is that, Q3? So probably like this leg, I could fit them a little better, but probably this leg somewhere in here.
I just want to throw something out there, Tucker, kind of as more of a question to you or anybody else here.
Hmm.
I am kind of the belief right now that Bitcoin is just going to do an expedited version of this. Like, I don't think it's going to take until 2025 to do this. I low-key think it's going to be a compressed version of that. Like, I think that would happen this year, truthfully.
Of this, all
Yeah,
this.
I do. I do. I believe that this cycle is being front run. I think the fractal is beautiful, but I think it needs to be compressed, in my opinion. Like, when
Yeah.
Bitcoin plays catch up, it doesn't take 6 months to, you know, follow a like it just goes crazy, man. It just goes absolutely nuts. And I don't really think it's going to take I don't think it's going to take 6 months of reaccumulation. I would think it maybe takes 30 days, maybe 6
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah, because look at I mean, that's a 16% pullback in 48 days, a month and a half.
I need a favor from you here, Tucker. Draw from the 64K top to the 69K top. Draw that diagonal that we know is going to play out.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Because
that one.
that's going to reject price, and then everyone's going to go, that was it. And then, you know, everybody that's there to help is going to say, that was it. That was it.
Oh my God.
And then it could be anybody. And then
It could be literally anybody.
it could be anybody that's there to help. And then we're going to pull back and everyone's going to go, that was it. That was it. Global top. And then we just blast off from there, man. And then that's your gig along. Front run the retest of the previous all-time high. Shove. Right there.
Just
But that
to
trend
quickly
line will
jump
play.
in,
I'm telling you, that trend line will play.
I think Tucker's first version of the fractal wasn't even to anticipate the timing of that fractal. It was more like to give a visual representation what could happen. But I think it was even taken from different time frame, wasn't it? But
Well,
I
yeah, I
think
mean, I literally just slapped
yeah,
Nvidia on
yeah,
there
yeah,
and barely
yeah,
fit it. So that's if it were to follow Nvidia, including
yeah,
timing. But obviously, we know crypto moves quicker than equities.
yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah, but good point to add that, Max, because people often look at like we know what we talk about between ourselves, right? But people could look at it and be like, oh, so you think that BTC is going to range till the end of 2024 and doesn't move before that? So good point, because we all know that the fractal was meant way quicker, but sometimes people look at these fractals and they do not understand that we sometimes expand them just so that people kind of can see what could unfold on the shorter period of time or something.
I want to say that consolidation for Nvidia lasted for about 6 to 8 months also. So for Bitcoin, it probably last about half that. 2 to 3 months. That sounds about right.
yeah, let's see how long this was. Or this would be like. That's way too long. That's way too long.
And guys, will have to pull a Tommy here. Wait, and I know we don't say that. We don't say that, we just pull it, right? So just to prepare, but
Oh my gosh! Look at him go.
Listen,
He just cheated the chart from you, Tucker.
He drugged me.
No worries, I'll quickly pull it back, but I just wanted to show, this is a chart we talked about, the BTC versus Nvidia pair, when I was stressing how oversold BTC is compared to Nvidia, and that it's probably not going to last for longer. And then we were approaching right here saying, and this is funny because this chart is not tradable. You cannot trade BTC versus Nvidia probably anywhere, right? It's just a calculation on TradingView. But what's amazing is that these levels are so precise. And then you have people like, oh, but TA is astrology for men. Men. Thank you for saying that, because the longer this misinformation is being spread, the more I make money. We make money, right? So I'm happy for that. But we share this live, you guys know me that I keep sharing these lives. Now, obviously, it's not like rocket science where we get 100% probability. You don't get that anywhere in anything. But with very high probability rate on higher time frame, we do get these very clean plays. And I was mentioning that, hey, this is the monthly demand, coming up from here. We just went to retest this. Like, it's not random. And the reason these technical patterns do work is because it's charts are visual representation of human psychology. And what's funny is that if you go back 100 years, you will find out that the charts are same as back then, because people were it's just a collective psychology put in a visual image onto the chart, basically what it is. So yeah, I was trying to advise people, hey, if you are holding Nvidia, you might think making the ratio pair between the two different and rotating some of those Nvidia profits into BTC, because BTC is going to outperform for me. And I'm saying that, by the way, I was saying that at the time when Nvidia is absolutely melting faces to the upside and everyone is like screaming Nvidia, Nvidia. And at that time, going against the herd and saying BTC is going to outperform Nvidia here. And right now it's up 25%, but it's going to go I cannot see anything sub 380% price appreciation from that point. So from the current prices, just to give you an idea, as long can we actually maybe Tucker, you can go for the I'll give you the chart back, but maybe we can run the extrapolation and see like BTC pulling 280% move, as long as Nvidia stays stable at these prices. What that could
But Jack, if it should go higher, look at the trend. Zoom out. You have look. It should make a new high, man. I don't know why you would sell there, man.
Why would I fund Bitcoin?
Why are you so bearish? I don't understand. You have the trend line drawn.
That's a minimum target, because if you give people the extended target, they will call you a crazy person. Well, they are kind of calling people crazy even if I say that BTC is going to go 280% just from the all-time highs, basically.
So let me ask you this, Jack: do you think it's a coincidence that those highs? No, stay here. Do you think it's a coincidence that those highs all connect to the left? Is that just random?
It's
Those
so
three highs?
random, man.
Is
So
it-
random.
I mean, how could you?
TA doesn't matter. TA doesn't matter.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it just random, or do we get lucky that it happened 3 times? I don't understand. You know, should we
Yeah.
dismiss it? I don't think it's random. Do you?
It's totally random. It's astrology for men. That's what it is, you know.
You need to see you need to seek help. It's astrology. You're going crazy. Can you take a
There-
percentage move from where we're at right now to that trend line up top, Jackus?
And is there someone to help, Max?
Yeah, there's always somebody to help, man.
All right.
Jack
You
is here
said
to
I
help.
need help.
Jack is here to help. Can you take a measured move from where we're at to that top diagonal trend line?
All right. So
Right
that would be, and we need to take time adjust it, right? So we do not know how long it takes, but approximately I would say like this. You know, we could say, you know, something in 2025. So that's around, let's overshoot it a little, just so it's a round number. So 600%. So we are looking for anything between 280, let's say 300% from the current prices.
Oh
So
no,
as
Jack,
long-
you're roboting. You just suddenly
You sound like the Underminer from The Incredibles. If anybody remembers who that is.
Yeah.
Is it better now?
No, same.
All right. I'll
Oh my god.
Sorry guys, hang on 1 second. We're gonna get Jackus's mic fixed. Hang on, he'll be back.
Max, I have something silly alpha. Oh,
Oh, my.
man.
Oh my.
I just cracked the code, guys. So this is Bitcoin over QQQ. So essentially here, I'm going to take off these red ones real quick. All-time high, all-time high. You didn't get this correction until Bitcoin.
Oh, so Bitcoin's first
the
correction.
QQQ all-time high. Yeah, you got to sweep. You got to sweep this. Furthermore,
wait, can we go back another cycle? Did it do that only in the last one, or did it do it in any other ones?
Hang on.
You guys hear me?
Furthermore, yeah,
Yeah, you sound good now, Jackus.
1 second, Jackus. This is
Tucker's
crazy.
about to cook, man. Hang on.
We're gonna make this red. This was actually the shoulder, so this little, this was on the USD pair, the all-time high break. This little, like, you know, those red candle consolidation, whatever. This was the bull market shoulder, right? This was 69K. Actually, that's a pretty clear divergence, so we can look for that again at some point. But this was the shoulder. So once you broke the shoulder up until you swept the all-time high, I mean, there's nothing but green candles. Like you literally.
So Tucker, you're expecting the first big Bitcoin USD correction when Bitcoin Nasdaq sweeps the previous all-time high. Just like
I'm literally setting an alert right now. This is happening. Yeah.
Message.
Yeah. Whenever that gets swept, then you probably get the.
That's too much alpha,
correction.
Tucker. You shouldn't have shared that, man.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have shared that.
That was a
we
mistake.
already did so much alpha today. Like, it's absolutely incredible.
Wait,
Are the
Jackus,
likes matching up?
We need you to finish your thought here, man. We need you to finish your Nvidia calculation.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But
You were
are
about
the
to do it.
You can
Wait,
take it back, Jackus.
all right, I will. But the question is, are the likes matching up the alpha we are sharing, or are we going into a
I
soybean
don't
chart?
know.
I'm about to check the likes. Better be good, man. This better... Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. Oh no, guys. Oh no, you guys.
What's it at?
56 likes. Oh,
What?
Man.
What?
Guys,
End it.
what?
End the
Listen,
stream.
I did it. The people are either too hooked up on the alpha so much that they just couldn't even, you know,
Dude.
make it to the like button. They were like so hooked up that they were like, Jesus, there's so much alpha. I gotta consume all of this content, man. And they just didn't even think of the like button. But now, guys, you need to. We cannot continue. I was about to share the screen, and I just hit cancel.
I feel sick to my stomach. I feel nauseous. I'm queasy, man. I can't believe Tucker. Put the soybean chart up, man. Get this off the screen. Get the soybeans up, man. This is Oh my gosh, guys. Come on now. We're better than this. We're better than this. This is why we have to ask you guys to like, because we come in here, we just drop stupid alpha, for 56 likes when we've got like 400 people between Twitter and YouTube watching live right now.
Yeah, this is unacceptable. We are at 200 like average button right now. So, listen.
I'm out of here, man. I'm leaving. Goodbye. See you
Legit.
later. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I'm leaving.
Wow, we lost Max. It's funny enough, I saw somebody on CT who's actually a pretty good trader trading the soybeans chart. I got such a kick out of that. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So soybean flesh copper.
Okay.
Soybean over
guys,
copper.
I just needed a moment. I can't believe how low the likes are, guys. For how much we were cooking today.
Yeah.
85.
And
All right,
we're at
guys.
all-time high again.
No,
Dude.
listen. Until we cross at least 100, we cannot continue. Like
I'm not saying
We
shit until we
cannot
get to 100
continue.
likes, guys. I'm sorry to hold you hostage, but we just absolutely cooked for what? Not even 25% like ratio. That means over 75% of you haven't even liked the stream yet, guys. Listen, guys, here's the deal. Oh, it's because we started earlier today. No, it was daylight savings in the U.S., but the audience is a normal size, JB.
yeah.
Guys, here's the deal. On a real note, I know we're kind of joking, but also definitely not joking. If you guys are enjoying the content, please take one quick moment and hit that thumbs up button. Guys, it really does wonders for the channel. It helps us grow. I wish we didn't even have to ask you guys, but unfortunately, the algo really demands that we get likes on our stuff to continue to grow. I wish it wasn't like that, but whatever. But anyways, guys, if you are always, it just takes one quick moment. Just take a second. We're here for free, dropping alpha. All you got to do is just take one quick second, hit that thumbs up. Tucker is now drawing volume profiles on the soybean 5-second chart.
Listen, guys, it's very simple math in the crypto world, right? Whether you are on YouTube or X or anything, you either press the like button or you get dumped on from pre-sales. It is what it is. But the guys that are dumping out, listen, you're gonna get dumped on anyway, right? But you choose whether you get dumped alpha on you or whether you get dumped, pre-sales. So up to you guys.
Yeah, I mean that's so real, man. That's so real.
Because at the end of the day, if we are sharing this stuff for free, it's not worth, right? It's not worth it if we are not rewarded for it. It's free market, right? You get alpha, we get likes. That's the deal.
All right, Tucker, we got 100 likes, man. Get off the soybean chart.
All right,
Look at him, man. Just
Guys, I was
alpha,
cooking
man.
something up, man.
Look
I
at
was
this.
cooking something.
he's just drawing fibs and VPs on the soybean 5-second chart, man. There is no second best.
But the reaction is there, though.
Thank you guys for the likes. Thank you guys. Thank you. All right, Tucker. Here, let's get into this here, man. The Bitcoin Nasdaq comparison. But Jackus, I feel like I got teased with your Bitcoin Nvidia.
Yeah.
You were about to do it. I need a resolution. I know.
Literally, the last thing here, because you wanted to go back to the prior cycle, right? So
yes,
we saw this. We didn't correct until we swept. I mean, same thing, right? No.
Oh my gosh.
No, Jackus. Jackus,
I was just getting already.
Jackus, this is insane alpha. You need to be paying attention to this
I am. I just wanted to set the chart ready.
You need to study Vin Diesel, Jackus.
Yeah, study Vin Diesel because again,
I am Vin Diesel.
Once you crossed the shoulder.
Hang on, you can do better than that. Don't draw a horizontal ray because then it gets crowded. Just draw a red line, so it's obvious, man. Nah, but then it goes all the way across the intersection.
I know. I was doing it.
Max is all about his visuals, Tucker. You got to get
Max needs the visual to be literally.
If you're not gonna do it beautifully, don't do it at all. All right, there you go. See how much better that is, bro? That is like, come on.
I know.
If we're here, give it all you've got. That's what I'm talking about. Do you see the difference? Once you get there, where's ours here? And even for the all-time high, brother, draw a white line that ends
They
short.
should all be white lines. Hang
Yeah,
on,
it should be.
let me
Do
put the
you
shoulder
see the
in.
difference here, man? This is beautiful, beautiful.
Hang on. We're just going to get rid of the all-time highs.
Yeah, we're going
right?
to do it right. We're going to make it beautiful.
All right. All right.
It's never enough. Always better. Always.
So
improved.
around the shoulder of the BTC QQQ 3-day chart is when you get the garbage PA. This was garbage PA if I zoomed in. We really haven't had a ton of it, but this is hiking a she, so you know.
Hiking poopy.
It won't show you the garbage PA necessarily. Damn it. We're gonna make these white. Once you got above that, you didn't correct until you got to above the all-time high, right? So if we're gonna do the same thing, we shouldn't really have a big correction until we get above 199 or 200 maybe. I need
Expand on this now, Tucker. Expand on this, brother. Here's what we need you to do. Upper left, add QQQ chart to the bottom. I want to see what QQQ USD did when we got to those levels. Ooh. New pane. There we go. Put her in log mode for us. Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Now, when we reach those levels, what was QQQ USD doing? So it looks like it was still moving up.
Yeah,
still chatting, but getting closer to its like global distribution, right?
Yeah, let's see.
Well, not so much in that case, right?
I mean,
still chatting. Well, I mean, we did end up.
That was a little correction here. Yeah,
well, that was, but I mean, months later, right? Look at what happened after we reached a new all-time high for Bitcoin QQQ. How many days did we have until a big correction? On the Nasdaq.
I mean, QQQ corrected first, honestly. That red candle was before the top.
No, but I'm not talking little correction. I'm talking like global, like time to go all cash.
Oh,
you know
this?
what I mean?
Like that?
Exactly. Yeah. So how many days after Bitcoin QQQ? Yeah, that's what I want to know. 400 days.
Year and a half.
Right now? Yeah. Expand that out. No, keep that and expand that out to the next cycle as well. Let's see if there's a pattern.
476 days.
Take another one. Let's see if there's a pattern.
About a year.
Okay, so we're not even there yet. But
I
mean,
it
could be getting shorter each time.
Yeah. So I mean, that took a third of it off. So I mean, about 180 days off. So maybe 6 months after we cross that line. We don't need to extrapolate, but we could. September GTFO.
Well, by the way, my base case is that we put in a big global top this year, and I think we'll run it back in 2025 at some point. But I'm expecting Q4 to be like time to go cash as of right now, subject to change. Right, we're always presented with new information.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
I don't know, man. I think we probably just go straight up until we get to about 200 on this pair, and then we probably have our first correction, right? And that's not even the one to sell. You know what I mean? Like this was what to 30K Bitcoin, like 40 to 30 in that bull market.
It was a 30% correction on Bitcoin.
Yeah, no, it was a good correction, but
that's the one to shove, right? I mean,
it's definitely the one to shove.
The first major correction for Bitcoin USD after making a new all-time high is the one to shove. Shove.
Yeah. I mean, this whole that was 40. This whole bull market was filled with like 30% corrections. I mean, this was really the only big one before we went to all-time highs, and then that was like 50%, obviously.
Yeah,
we've had 20s the whole time, right? So
diminished volatility.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd look for I mean, we'd still be right where we are right now.
So Tucker, 2 cycles ago, we were getting 40% drops. Last cycle, we were getting 33% drops. This cycle, we probably, we're probably
get 20.
at 20, 25,
Mm-hmm.
This is
Yeah.
fantastic. I'll probably
mean-
steal this work and tweet it and call it my own if you don't mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I won't give you any credit. I'll just steal it. That's what people do on Twitter. You know what I mean? So
Where's my...
it only makes sense. I'll just
Good
delete
luck.
that. No, I'll just delete that.
Trademarked.
Yeah.
I started doing that for a while, man, and then I just stopped caring because people just keep stealing my shit, and I was like, whatever, man.
There you go.
Let them steal it. But Jack,
feel you.
you blue ball this, man. We need you to finish your Nvidia chart, man. Can you show us? I want to expand out what this means.
I will. I just feel you so much, Tucker, there, because trust me, I had so many charts stolen that it hurts so much, especially when you see the stolen charts getting more engagement than the original ones many times.
You know what's cool though is I've got a lot of people that steal my charts now. Like they just straight up screenshot it and then they just tweet it out like it's theirs.
But that's the better part, actually.
But I always have some like a follower of mine be like, yeah, maybe try giving Max credit next time, and they just call him out. It's fantastic, you know.
Yeah. I mean, when people straight up steal the chart, it's just dumb shit, right? But what I'm talking about is, for example, I don't know, some of the charts that I started to post before anyone else was like BTC versus M1 money supply, right? And then whenever I post it, I often see people be like, you know, one day later is like, I post about BTC M1 or something, and then second day people post about BTC M1, basically the same chart, just slightly different, which is kind of okay. But the thing is that rarely I see these people retweeting or something, right? And then or like quote tweet it and then be like, you know, Jay Gibbs mentioned BTC M1 and here is my take on it or something, you know, or like I like this chart or like I don't like this chart, whatever, right? But just like I've seen this happen so many times. And I get it. Listen, in some parts, right? People are watching the same thing. I mean, if we are watching just BTC versus USD, everyone's watching the chart. But you know, when it happens on stuff like BTC M1 or something, you know.
Yeah. You guys see this?
Otherwise, though, I'm happy when people take the chart and find something else with it, right? That's the good part that I didn't see on it. Study real astrology.
I'm an astrologer and a professional tarot reader.
Tarot. Come on, Max. Tarot.
I don't know what that is. We need to. Tommy, can you contact this individual?
Yeah, I can contact. I will say my interpretation of the astrology here is that we actually have a, you know, I know we have a new moon today, which usually are categorized as bearish, but I kind of think that I can't describe like the alignments and whatever to the same degree as a professional. Let me just say that much. But I tend to think the astrology is favorable until the 17th, and then you might see that the new moon start to form that inflection point, locally speaking. But I think we can pump into the 17th, honestly, because we do have, I think, favorable astrology here for the next week.
Tommy, what about the vernal equinox, brother?
I have no idea what that means, man.
Bullish, brother.
From like a
bullish equinox.
Super bullish. You don't understand the vernal equinox, bro. It's time you get vernal equinox pilled right now. So bullish.
Study the vernal equinox.
Yes.
Oh, we had one back here.
Yes.
Interesting. Up. Should we mark out the vernal equini?
Equini.
How do I? That's fine.
It's going to be hard to get signal just from marking out equinoxes and stuff like that.
Why,
I think.
Tommy?
Why? Because there's probably more context that needs to be added.
No.
You're such a hater, Tommy. What are you talking about, man?
Tommy, let me mark out the vernal equini and we can do this. Okay. Bullish.
Sure you want to do that?
Bullish. Bearish. Insanely bullish.
Insanely bullish.
Bearish.
Here's
all right,
the deal,
so you
man.
have a bearish one. You have one bearish one in the 2 years after a halving. Okay. So in 2 years, we'll have a bearish vernal equinox. Until then, bullish.
Jackass.
You're literally having this one, by the way. This is the one you're having, the halving year equinox.
Max.
I need
So-
resolution on the frickin' Nvidia chart. Damn it.
All right. Damn it.
I can't focus on anything else. I need
All
to
right.
see it. It's driving me
Let's
crazy.
go.
I
Let's
need a
go.
resolution here.
Let's go. So,
You're not up yet. You need to Tommy the screen.
boom.
Bang.
So just to follow up on what we talked about and what many people possibly missed is that just a quick recap. So we talked about the BTC versus Nvidia chart, right? About the bound and blah blah blah. So if you missed that, just if I were to pull out the BTC USD chart and pull out those numbers, people would not understand what those are derived from. So just looking at the BTC versus Nvidia chart now, the idea is that we appreciate versus Nvidia chart basically inside of this range because of the technicals we discussed.
Higher
This,
than
of course, right? Yeah, this is the minimum target, 200, 300%, right? And then because like even here we overshoot it, right? So like we could say that at minimum we go 300% basically. Well, at minimum this, and then we could possibly extend all the way going into 2025 towards like 600%. So that's like this is your mania sell type of phase, right? Basically. And there is also a fundamental reason, because the Nvidia sells the miners as well. So you basically there is more correlation to this chart than just the technical analysis, right? It's fundamental too. And this is what you said in the beginning, that it makes more sense to compare Nvidia and BTC than just Meta and BTC, right? And I do agree with that. And so now if we understand these derived values, we can go on the USD chart. And this gives us, as long as the Nvidia chart basically stays stable, not to mention if it keeps going up, okay, that would put even more upside targets. But this is basically the price ratio we are looking at, all right?
Can you say those percentages just because they're kind of small? It's hard to see them.
It's the same as on the Nvidia chart, 300 to 600%, all right? That's exactly the same that we just discussed on here, right? That's this area, all right? That's this shit.
It's over.
Right, cool. That's exactly this price area. So these are very realistic numbers, all right? Something between 300 to 500K. And if you say that to people right now, you'll sound like a completely freakish moon boy. But I'm telling you, Nvidia
you just showed them why that's realistic. They can't say
Yes.
that because there's data that is telling you that you're not crazy. There's a clear multi-year trend that you're following. So unless someone wants to argue that the trend is broken for whatever reason, okay, that's fine. We can talk about that. But the data is right in front of them. It's right in front of all of us.
Yes.
But let's be bearish here. Okay, let's just assume Nvidia pulls back to $600. Okay.
All right.
How about that? What would Bitcoin go to if Nvidia pulls back to $600? Okay.
So if Nvidia pulls back, let's say $600, that's minus 30%, and that should basically mean, in my opinion, no, I hope I am doing these right, but that would mean that we would get a repricing of to like this price area, and at that point we would be looking for 200 to 440%, right? So let's extrapolate that. So we were saying, okay, let's move these to the right side. Yeah, sort of. I'm hearing some cars. All right, so 200 to 444%. So this is the conservative target, and this one does say that we should be going to anything between 220K to 400K basically. And this is the conservative one, even if Nvidia pulls a 30% pullback in that time period, right? Basically. And that's why I keep on saying that anything, sub 150K is super undervalued for BTC still, because this really to me is the value Bitcoin should reach by the end of the target. And now the argument is for the neglectors of this, right? They have to prove why this shouldn't be playing out. Because if they say that we should be dumping from here, give me a logical reason. I just gave you one of many, many logical reasons why BTC will be pulling these numbers.
Yeah, so we went over a bullish and a bearish case. Here's the evidence, guys. I mean, here it is.
And people can clearly say recession, right? They can say recession. All right, we gave you that, Nvidia probably goes minus 30% in a recession. That could happen. That's still the scenario.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is. And what I think is, all right, wait. What likes are we on if I am to continue? Tommy,
Oh
you're
my.
muted.
We are at 251 likes.
Spicy.
251 likes on
Yeah,
YouTube.
look at YouTube, man. They just mooned us.
Wow.
All right.
Guys,
In
nice
that case,
work. Okay, Jackus, let's roll, baby. Let's do this.
Jackus is doing like the getting ready to cook.
Get ready to cook. Now, listen up. Now I got a salute to the people watching, because we sometimes brag that the like button is not big enough, but now it is where we think it's fair value of the like button. And you guys, I'm proud of it, right? We shared some great alpha, and you guys appreciate it. We do this for free. You guys reward us this way. We are able to grow that way. So it's a mutual benefit to all of us, basically. And I do enjoy it. Now, I know Jackie stopped shit talking about this, and let's jump into the more alpha. So, right, this is actually a chart of the same Ethereum versus Nvidia, and it's a chart that actually one of my followers, Cryptolica, probably taken when he saw me comparing BTC versus Nvidia, and he took that against Ether. And I didn't think of it for some reason, but it does make sense. And maybe he did it on his own, not sure. We discussed it, and he was saying it's possible that he did so based on that. But what are you seeing here right now? Anyways, kudos to him. And I did take the chart now and try to play with it on my own. And you are seeing some very random lines, right? Those means nothing. And you guys, probably the team, already knows where this will go. But look, boom.
Oh, man.
Oh, shit.
It's a coincidence. Don't believe his lies. It's random.
It's random. How can we take freaking Ether versus Nvidia chart, right? And take the chart, and how are the levels so clean? If TA was random, how is this possible? Well, that's a question to the TA non-believers. And again, I thank those guys. I hope you guys keep spreading this lie, because the longer you do, the more money we keep on making. Please keep saying TA doesn't work. I'm very grateful, actually. Okay. But for those of us that are listening and want to, learn these types of mysteries, by the way, guys, we will be launching the BB Academy in a few days. Maybe Max, you want to expand on that quickly before I continue?
If you want to learn some of the best astrology for men out there and save yourself a lot of trial and error, and also watching people that don't know how to do it, we are launching BB Academy this month. We have an individual on the team who's been taking a while to get their videos submitted, but that is done now. So we will get that launched very, very soon. It's going to be epic. And we will constantly be updating it as well. So all of the best astrology for men coming to you in a nice, convenient, affordable package. Back to you, Jackus.
All right. So this is basically, the past cycle when we've seen Ether and the whole crypto kind of lagging, right, the stock market. And then it was time to shine. We've seen this going in a falling wedge. Then it was time to shine. We've seen it break out. And then it was crypto time. And in that time, we've seen, and I'm taking the breakout candle, we've seen it go, basically 700%. And this is kind of randomish line. It doesn't have to be this precise this time around, but even if it is, it provides very nice number. So this is 800% price appreciation from the moment we broke out. Now let's look at this cycle. What's going on here? Oh my God, we just might be breaking out here, guys. And this could be the candle. And now, if you look at the horizontals, we still around, this bottoming range. But look what we were before. We were also inside of this bottoming range.
It looks the same. It looks the same.
It looks the same.
It looks the same. Literally, it looks the same.
So we may be pumping, and again, we have to take some count. So let's talk about possible top in 2025. And given the past one was 800%, let's say this one is a little bit shorter, a little bit more conservative targets. I think 600% price appreciation does make sense. All right. It, in my opinion, this is a realistic price appreciation. It could sweep the all-time highs. In any case, even if it goes just here, all right, which I think would be a underperformance, but even that, it's still 450%. So you now have the confirmation on BTC, you have the confirmation on Ether, and now let's take those price extrapolations to the USD chart, right? So again, 450% to something like, we could say 650%. So 450, 650, all right? That's the kind of range that does make sense, right? So let's take these levels. Let's make the chart a nice one. What is this line? Oh.
I can't believe you guys are listening to Jackus. This is made up. Lines don't work, man. It just doesn't. I don't even make believe. Oh my gosh. Moon boy, look at him. Look at him. He's an astronaut. Look at him. Oh my gosh.
So as we discussed, 450% minimum, all right? 650% kind of maximum, right? So that is giving you 20,000 to 30,000 price range for Ether.
Bro, if this happens, Jackus, oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh.
but
oh my god. What are those numbers, Jackus? What are those numbers?
20,000 to $30,000 for Ether. All right.
Wow. Okay, what if Nvidia pulls back to $600?
All right, that's the first man.
Paul was right.
He was right. He was one cycle too early though, but he was right.
Suzu,
There's many such cases of people being one cycle ahead of their time. Many.
Wait, guys. You say Ron Paul was right? How about Jake?
He
right?
FOMO'd it like literally the Pico top one.
I know. Irresponsibly long.
How about, before we continue with those price targets, all right? Oh, shit. Let's now just hide this. Nvidia price estimate, right?
Do you remember the days when you didn't use folders, Jackus? Do you remember that?
I do.
Can you imagine that right now?
I'm so grateful, Max, that you taught me this little trick.
It's so simple. I just it's just life-changing too. It makes everything so much easier.
It does. So some of you guys remember this fractal that I was giving straight on this day at the very bottom, right? Nobody has done that. And this one is the fractal with Nvidia. And people think that it's a meme, and it's not. And the 20K price estimate is completely, oh shit, is completely relevant. And
Can you
here we-
massage that green fractal so that it plays out quicker and it fits the price better? Is that possible?
And it fits Max's bias a little bit better.
Well, we know that when crypto decides it wants to move, it just starts going. It front runs even the most bullish of analysts. We know that.
let me actually just keep it like this for now. All right. And
Oh my.
this right here, guys. Let's pull a 3 months just so we can see it way more clearly, right? Now we're gonna pull a 2 week. Can we do 2 week? All right.
Wow.
Now this is a fractal, right? So Nasdaq, okay, Nasdaq had its bubble.com bubble, right? It went to $4,816 and then began its crash. It had a very long, boring sideways, kind of upside. It had 08, this is the crash of 08, and then the adoption. Okay, this is Ether. It had its moon phase in 2021. Then it had its crash. What happens after? It has its slow upside ascending triangle. The boring one. Then what you get the August sell-off, the one scary one when everyone's calling Ether is going to 3 digits again. That's the 08. What happens from there? The quick price repricing, the price appreciation. Look at the numbers. The top comes in 4,950. The top in Nasdaq, 4,860. Look at the bottoms, $883. On Nasdaq, $810. Look at the downside, minus 82%. On Nasdaq, minus 83%. Right? That's the deal. I may have slightly, not sure why this is different.
So Jackus, how do you reconcile the difference in time here? Do you need to adjust your fractal? Are you expecting this to play out in 2026 or later? Because obviously this NASDAQ move happened over like a decade plus, and this ETH fractal is looking like it wants to accomplish that same feat in a fraction of the time.
It does. As we know, everything in crypto moves way quicker. So I listen, I'm not the one to say when it does happen. As we know, our price estimates, the 4-year cycle theory, as long as it keeps on kind of working, we can say, something like 2025, right? So it could happen by the end of 2025. Obviously, we could take this one and be like, and let me actually hide it for now. We take this one, right? Is this unrealistic, guys? And I say no.
Faster.
Yeah, maybe I put June 2025. Maybe it's
too slow. Too slow.
All right.
Too bearish. There you go. That's it right there.
There you go.
It already happened. Yep.
That's what you call crashing up.
ETH becomes the world reserve currency, man. Ultrasound money.
ETH did that last week. Max. Look at the fractal.
What's this super chat from Remy? Ben and Barrett Soloway live is not even talking about Bitcoin all-time high, just rates and why we should collapse. BB's where you ought to be. Thanks, guys. Oh, well, thank you, Remy. That's very kind of you. I've decided that I will not be commenting on certain individuals in the space and just remain focused on what we are doing. But I do appreciate the compliment, man. I'm really it's heartwarming that what we're doing is helping so many people.
Look at what Jackus is putting on the chart, man.
Jackus, man. Oh, it's so cringe, bro. I'm so bullish ETH, but ultrasound money.
Oh my
guys,
God.
what you don't know that in 2 days actually Ether is undergoing a major update, which will significantly reduce the fees. And as I keep on saying, guys, the shit that comes out later on, the insiders already know. All right. And everyone is like, oh my God, unlocks. Oh my God, too expensive fees or something. And then all changes. Nobody cared about freaking AVAX when it was sub $10. Then it flew to freaking 50. And everyone was like, look at all these projects launching on AVAX. Look at this, look at that, right? Everyone keeps on talking about this. And the price, the insiders know the price is showing that ahead. Did I know? The chart was telling me that this is going to unfold. Everything was pointing to that fact. So I understand that people keep talking shit about it, but then suddenly, and there are significant reasons, the fees are indeed high right now. But at some point, they're gonna start rolling these out. Like suddenly, you're going to get a like for example, it's true, that currently you get the pumpanomics. Like the burn is truly there, and is truly deflationary. Since the merge, and in the plaster today, it's going parabolic to the downside, basically, which means like less ether on the market. And whatever we think of it, right? Whatever we think of it, it's number go up nomics, basically.
Yeah, it's great. It's ultra pumponomics. That's what it is.
Ultra pumponomics. And that's the name of the game, and the chart is telling you that, right? There are people that were saying internet is, useless. There are people laughing at Apple. It is what it is. And the chart is telling you the builders know what they are doing. The market participants know, because it's a collective. The reason markets are so efficient, it's because it's a collective mind of the entire world. That's why they are so efficient, especially on the higher time frame, right? Like lower time frame, sure, it's algo driven, market makers manipulation, sure. But higher time frame, that's pure demand. Well, not pure, but mainly demand and supply. That's why it can work like that. That's why most investors, those that truly do matter, they work on a higher time frame, because they know that nobody can manipulate the higher time frame. Nobody. It's simply either the company is producing or it's not. Either there is a demand for it or there is not. That's why BTC keeps on appreciating. If it were to be a bubble, it would burst by the first or second. You don't get 5 bubbles in a row. That's not possible. So,
and additionally, Jackus, people are great scalpers and day traders, but you are not going to out scalp this fractal on ETH if it plays out. I don't care how good you are. You are not going to outperform this by actively trading. I don't care.
It is true.
You could be the best scalper in the world. It's very unlikely. Very unlikely. I just wanted to throw that in there.
Listen, scalping is great, especially in a downward, especially in a sideways environment, right? It's good if you want to build your portfolio quickly. It's still very hard, and most people still ruin their portfolios on it. It is what it is. But there are some that are very smart people that can very quickly build. But then there are liquidity issues, right? And as you say, Max, at the end of the day, even the scalpers have to move to this time frame. It is what it is. But yeah, these are very realistic targets, this fractal to play out, and it doesn't have to be like exactly the same. That's what I keep on saying. Like if you were to zoom out, right, and you guys know that I posted it live, and I said, when we did this, I said this was when we were around here. I said this was the analogy of 08 drop, this one that we did undergo. And it's not the same. We did not have a 08 type of recession, right? But it was kind of the same. Like you get the complacency bounce, you get the sell-off, right? That
it was pretty close, Jackus. It was pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, then you get some of these, types of, pullbacks. If we were to zoom in here, we did get, these types of things. And now we are inside of this one. We may go to all-time highs, right? We may come here and do something like this around, where are you? Around the all-time highs, like this, right? That's possible.
And
Maybe
that's
not.
kind of what Bitcoin did, right? Just recently.
That's true. That's true. And it did the same in 2020, right? Near all-time highs. But it doesn't have to do this. It can also just go above and then do the reaccumulation above. But basically, what you need to understand that we are in the middle. And by the way, guys, if you are enjoying this drop of alpha, don't forget to smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And possibly, we talk about, like, this is the type of alpha I get on a daily basis in our group. And we are closing that in a week or two. So don't lose that opportunity, just saying. And back to the chart. So you want to understand that we are in the middle. This is not this is not bear market rally anymore, right? This is not the cartel pumping anything or whatever they try to sell you. This is the middle of the bull market, and it's going to last for some more time. That's what you need to understand. And yes, there will be, like for example, here on Ether, right? So we may gonna go to some level. Maybe we go to, like, we retest here, and then the market gets just simply too overheated. We possibly do come back and retest these levels, but then we go higher. And just by the way, when I do this, right, I do not mean it's going to last till 2025. Obviously, I'm just trying to show the visuals. It would probably happen like something like like this if it were to happen, right? So, but it doesn't. It can just go near all-time highs, reaccumulate there, like Nasdaq did, and then break through. Just gotta adjust and understand the market is now bullish, and you remain bullish through the adoption. I'm out.
That's beautiful, man. I hope that plays out. I want to get to a couple super chats that we had here. All right. First, Goku, I believe we put yours up on the screen, man. Thank you for that. I'll put it up again here, Goku. Let me scroll way up. This is what you said. Goku, thank you so much for the $5. Greatly appreciate it. Max finally states the front run. I have been stating it for like 4 months now, but yes, I finally stated it again. Now we have to accept the bear markets will be longer than usual. I'm not sure I follow necessarily. I don't. Maybe expand on that a little bit. But either way, thank you so much for the $5, Goku. Greatly appreciate it. We also had another super chat here from Pepe Dog. Pepe Dog says, just wondering if you could do some cooking on Doge. FYI, I'm in the Discord, and it is definitely tidy, worth your time and money. One of my favorites. Let me quickly pull this up. And this is something we've been talking about here publicly on this show for months. And also we have been in the Discord giving entries and updates to this the whole time. So yeah, let's talk about it. So we were very early to front run, in my opinion, what I have been calling the easiest at the time 14x or 13x in crypto. There's a repetitive pattern that continues to play out here with Doge and Bitcoin. Bitcoin is down below here. Doge is up top. Whenever Bitcoin USD makes a new all-time high, you see Doge go crazy. Again, it's happened every cycle so far. Look at what happens. Again, right? Look at what's happening. We were very early to this move. I said to our community, I said, I am not waiting. This has been a cycle of front runs. I have a feeling this is the time to accumulate. We bought a bunch of Doginals, DRC20s right here at 0.08 and change. We are now up over 100%. I'm continuing to hold strong. But yeah, we were very early to that one as well. We picked up a lot of Doge beta like Pepe. It was an additional confluence. So look, what I find most interesting about this one, guys, last point here is cycle one from first high to the next global top, 1,218 days. Cycle 2, high to the next global top, 1,218 days. Third cycle, from top to where I think the next top is going to be, 1,218 days. That would put our next global top for Doge and crypto out into end of Q3, early Q4 potentially. All right. So again, it's what a coincidence that the 2 cycle tops for Doge were, again, 1,218 days apart. What a coincidence, right? It's so random. But that is actually fucking spooky, guys. Right? That is spooky. 1,218 days apart. Look at this repetition here, man. And this is why I said down here at 8 cents and why we aped down here at 8 cents. In my opinion, Doge is the easiest 13x in crypto, and it probably goes higher than that. So anyways, just wanted to expand on that quick. But yeah, that was the that's the Doge analysis. We're just chilling, right? Like we got a premier entry, and we're just sitting here waiting for, in my opinion, the best to come. And it hasn't even started. Like, if you want to figure out where we are right now, this is where we're at. Right here. This is where we're at. Last cycle, you're at one Doge at a penny. All right. You're Doge at a penny or less. So
Man,
yeah, I think there's a lot more to come. I'm not selling shit. I'm holding everything. Not selling shit. I'm not selling it. I won't do it. I don't care. I'm not doing it. I've been
listen to the
watching this
man.
analysis for months, not just on Doge, but on alts, Bitcoin, everything. Been full port long since Bitcoin was more or less at 28K and ETH was at 1684. Buying alts, buying meme coins, buying everything. I'm not selling shit. I have the utmost faith and confidence in my positioning because of how ahead of these moves we were. And I will not be jeeting my bags early because people are sideline telling me that interest rate this and recession that. Yeah, I understand the signs, guys. Like I fully understand what's around the corner. You know, this isn't like you discovered some imminent recession when the yield curve finally uninverts and we get, unemployment above 4.5%. You didn't like discover fire here. Okay. We all know that. You're just not acting and interpreting and positioning around the data that we all have available appropriately. I'm not selling shit. I fully understand that there's a day of reckoning way down the road. I know the signs. When they come, I'll sell my bags. We are not there yet, not even close. So
Listen to the man. Listen to the man, guys. And don't forget that nobody in the space is bringing you so much alpha as we are on a daily basis. Guys, we ran to the record on the like button today. We absolutely appreciate it. We are on 287 likes. If we could push that to 300, that would be amazing. Just 13 likes away, just to squeeze a little bit more out of it. But Max has been absolutely cooking too. Everyone's been cooking. Maybe Tommy pulls out a chart. He doesn't do that regularly, but maybe. And guys, I am actually losing money by sharing the alpha with you here. I was about to long freaking XRP, and XRP is up 15% now. Oh my god. Oh my god. I was legend gonna do my DCA job. I was gonna do it, and because of the time difference, right? It just went in the US because US they had an hour cut because of the lightning, right? Daylight, and I didn't do it, so I was like, all right, I did it after the show because it just swept the range low, and now boom, on the BTC bear. So
you just know when XRP pumps, and I've talked about this before on derivatives, there's always like, you can see the spot CVD tick up like immediately. And I'm looking at XRP derivatives right now. And like, we added, just out of nowhere, we added like 100 million in open interest to XRP. So I'm assuming somebody might know something regarding XRP.
Somebody knows something.
Somebody always knows something in crypto, man.
I wonder if that SEC case is going to get dismissed.
Somebody
didn't they win that already?
I don't think they won it. No, I don't think they won.
Listen, the moment they win it, Tucker, You will see it on the chart.
No, that already happened,
No, they
bro.
didn't win
That
it,
already
Tucker.
happened.
No,
It
they
pumped
didn't.
like 20% and then it got G'd. It was hilarious.
No, but then there was
No.
like a
It
clawback
was
of some sort. I
hilarious.
don't remember what it was, but there was like a federal judge that
Dude, I remember what happened. Like they won and then it got clawed back or whatever. But like the they won pump was disappointing. I remember
because
that.
it wasn't an actual like dismissal. It wasn't.
Yes.
I mean,
It was the anticipation of it.
Here's the thing.
I will not relent.
XRP when they finally win, when the case gets thrown out,
No,
You will see it on the chart.
you will
You
see
will
it
see it on the chart.
You will see it on the chart. But what I was going to say, Jack, is that might be the catalyst to send us to the highest possible targets for total 2 and total 3. Altcoins may go higher than anybody is expecting if XRP comes out of this thing alive.
Listen, study Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
you need to study Vin Diesel, Jack. Is study Mr. Sir. Okay.
Listen, the BD members will make fortunes here. All right, they know what's up.
I had a couple people asking about Pepe, man. I'm not going to go too in depth because I've already covered it a bunch, and I've got some stuff on Twitter. You guys can see that. We'll talk about it when stuff is starting to happen, but super bullish Pepe here. Let me just I'll throw this. This is so Pepe, guys, is Doge beta. All right. That's all that Pepe is, guys. All right. Pepe is Doge beta. So if Doge rips, Pepe is going to rip. Guys, it's the same exact thing. We are literally just like early stages of Doge, like same exact thing. All right, here's Pepe. Here's Doge. Here, make it a little bit bigger for you guys.
Listen, Tucker, sorry, Max, I have to jump in, but just like I was informing on Ether, all right, that suddenly all of these news will start rolling out, or Solana, or you name it. It's going to happen the same year. There is simply money to be made on impatient retail.
On XRP.
on many things. This one is currently, like
Hello.
It's just funny listening to reading the chat comments now, and it's like sandwiched between every serious comment, you just have somebody commenting like, "Oh, check out my meme coin."
Yeah, that's the season, man. It's the season.
'Tis the season.
But guys, it is also the season of us wrapping up the show. We're at about an hour, 25 minutes ish, so we're gonna call it here. But guys, fantastic show. Thank you guys so much for being here. Before you go, please consider liking and subscribing. Additionally, check out the first link in the description below. It will take you to our website where you can check out our premium offerings. Right now, it is just a Discord at a very, very fair price. We are about to increase the price threefold. And we are also going to be dropping BB Terminal, which is a Bloomberg terminal. We'll be sharing more information on that very soon. We'll be dropping BB Terminal very, very soon. And again, you will be grandfathered in and given access to BB Terminal as part of your Discord membership. You're going to want to use it. So again, guys, if you want to get in, do it now, because again, prices are going to go up as soon as the terminal drops. It's getting very crowded, and we are going to be increasing prices very, very soon. So again, that's the first link in the description below, guys. Definitely check that out. At least go there, click on the link, read the reviews, guys. We have a ton of members and people absolutely love it because it makes a huge difference. So, oh, we got Jackus back here. Yeah, guys, again, please like and subscribe. And then again, check out the first link in the description below. You're going to want to use BB Terminal. You're going to want to be in the Discord. And again, we're going to make it so expensive in an attempt, in a very obvious attempt to deter too many people from signing up so that we can ensure quality for existing members. So again,
2 likes away. 2
Yes,
likes
Jack.
away to 300, guys. Sorry, I had to catch you, but guys, 2 likes away to make it 300. 300, which would be the record, which it already is, but let's make it 300.
Oh wait,
Just
I
for
don't
the
think I've
sake.
liked it, man.
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
Let's fund it, boys.
Today.
301. There we
We're
go.
up now.
301.
Love it.
301. Fantastic, guys. Thank you so much.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
guys, check out the first link in the description below. If you guys enjoy Market Check, you will absolutely love the Discord, and then you'll also get BB Terminal, which you're going to absolutely love. But if you love this show, you would live for the Discord, guys. The Discord is like the show times 100, man. It's fantastic. Definitely check that out. The importance of having a strong community that you can lean on in a bull market. The market is too vast and too expansive to try to cover everything yourself. You need a group of guys. You need a hive mind that can help monitor everything that's going on. And that's what the Because Bitcoin Discord is. And then Future BB Terminal, which is an add-on, which again, you will get for free in your current membership, grandfathered in for life. So anyways, check it out, guys. But I'm going to kick it over to Tommy to say a final farewell. But fantastic show, guys. We hit 300 likes.
300 likes, man. Call that Thermopylae, but no, it's quite the achievement by you guys. Like Max said, we can't do this without your support. So we're very appreciative that you guys, just like we have shown up every day, a lot of you guys have shown up here every day, and you're a huge part of why this channel has been a huge success. But yeah, guys, another great show. Thanks for tuning in. Wrapping up your Monday with us, starting your week with Market Check, whether it's the morning or the afternoon, American, European, of course. We always appreciate your continued support, like I said, of our brand. But real quickly, before we end the show, I want to touch on the timing of our programming. Of course, as you guys know, if you're a regular Market Check, we'll return tomorrow. It's live Monday through Friday, typically starting at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's a show about trading, technicals, charts. I mean, it's a very visual show, if that makes sense. And we have a lot of fun doing it. So definitely make sure to tune in again if this was your first time. And, we'll make sure to cook alpha in the same way that we did today. Additionally, our flagship show, Market Talk, which is a Twitter space that is live Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, not Wednesday, because on Wednesday we give our members a little bit of extra love after market close in our Giga Chad call, of course. But Market Talk, it could be anything, right? It can talk, charts, crypto, equities. But the big thing is they always have some really exceptional guests that host. King Wabi, as you guys know, he does a really great job over there. And, definitely make sure to tune in for that later this afternoon. Bitcoin hit another all-time high. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of stuff to talk about once again. So, but that's it from us, guys. As you guys know, we'll be back for another episode of Market Check tomorrow morning. That's when I'll see some of you guys again. But otherwise, yeah, guys, let's have a great week. Bitcoin's at an all-time high. Let's see if we can get some real price discovery going. But yeah, guys, let's crush it. Thanks again for tuning in.